So in New York State, when approached by a client who had a loved one die at a construction site, they ask our advice regarding what we do to handle it, what goes into the analysis of a claim, and what claims are available. And it's really two distinct analyses. There are two separate parts of a death case in New York State. First is, was there any conscious pain and suffering? And that's critically important in New York because of how unfair the wrongful death side is, that we'll get to in a minute. But the conscious pain and suffering can really be a value driver. It can change the result in a very dramatic way, because when people are at the end of their life and they have just arrived there through a very traumatic incident that was somebody else's fault, then they're dealing with the last seconds or minutes of their life. And the pain and suffering value is linked directly to what they're going through and how long they've suffered. So if somebody is consciously suffering for a long time, that of course increases the value of the case. If somebody dies instantaneously, that will get us to the second part of the analysis. And in New York State, that's called a wrongful death claim. We would bring both claims, a wrongful death claim and a claim for conscious pain and suffering. Our proof is on us. So it's the plaintiff's burden to prove there was conscious pain and suffering, and we discussed what goes into that analysis in the first part. The second part, the wrongful death claim, is purely an economic analysis in New York State. The value of a wrongful death claim in New York is solely based upon the worth and the value of the support that was provided to that person's spouse or heirs, and what that family or those people lost economically going forward as a result of the wrongful death. So unless there's some kind of a conscious pain and suffering component to it, the wrongful death claim in New York State can leave you with a very hollow and unfair result.